Okay. Is there... Is everybody still with us? Have I still got your attention, or have I lost you all? Are you all ready to go? You want a demo? Group A and B want a demo that works. That's what they want. So we'll try and do that. I think everybody's got a question about the portal and how that works, and I hope this will clarify some things. I want to make sure this is clear for those of you that have been here the whole day. There are 3 fees associated with being on the Ammon network. 3 fees. The capital cost to install the fiber to your home, $3,000, or we can roll it into a bond and attach it to the property that gets paid back over 20 years. If you choose to pay it back over 20 years, it's going to work out to be around $18 a month. But you're going to pay that through your mortgage or your taxes on the property, not to us. Now you have the fiber, you have a choice. You are not forced to be into the utility. You could still choose to take another provider, but logically you probably have the fiber and you got that because you want to take service from Ammon. I just thought I'd point out to you that we do have people that leave for the winter. They can go down and say, I don't want to pay my utility bill for 6 months and turn it off if they choose to. Okay? So that monthly fee that comes on the utility bill is $16.50. So we're up to $34. Then you can get whatever services you want on it. So 100 meg is $10, so you're into it about $45 a month. A gig is $25, so you're into it about $60, $65 depending on who you're using. Does that make sense to everybody? Did I clarify that? Okay. This is the portal. When you come down to the city building and you sign up, they give you a username and password. If you plug into the device in your home, it's very much like a hotel. It just keeps bringing you back here. You can't go anyplace else because it's a captive portal, okay? We've got a username and password. I'm going to have my guys type it in. So we're going to type in a username and password. Now that username and password is connected to the box they're plugged into. It doesn't program anything else. It simply programs the box in that house. So if I take my username and password and I go to my neighbors and I log into the portal, I'm reprogramming the box in my house. If I go to work and I log into the portal at work, I'm reprogramming the box in my house. I can do it from anywhere. Anywhere there's internet, I can do it. Okay? So now we're logged in. You can see the dashboard. And it says there's no services, correct? So let's go find some internet. We're going to click on internet, and we're going to go there, and there's all the packages. There's the 3 providers at the top that we have today. Those are the 3 providers. We can sort those packages based on speed, price, or whatever we want by clicking on the columns, and we can tell them to hide a service. So what do we want to hide? You could pick one. There you go. So now we've got choices. Well, you just hid Fibercom, you can hide direct, whatever. So you want to subscribe? We don't have a service. Do you want to see what it looks like? Okay. We're going to pick, how about direct? Choose a direct package. What package is that? It's gig? So, hold on now, before you go any further. You see the first screen? What's it asking you? Do you notice? So it's asking you to choose a port. There's 4 ports there. If you had a service already, that port would show you have this on here and you couldn't choose it. It would actually tell you this port's got something there. Okay, we don't have any service, so we can choose any one. So you're choosing port 1? They're back in there. Okay, so what's that say right there? Operator disclosure. This is where we tell you, hey, you're asking for this service and you're now going to leave our network and we're going to put you on somebody else's network. Therefore, any agreements you make are between you and that provider. It does not involve the city of Ammon. We're not responsible for the quality of the service. We're not responsible if they're trying to collect the bill from you. We don't get involved in that. So this is where we tell you, hey, you're going to be redirected, and anything you do going forward is between you and the provider. Does that make sense? So that's the legal mumbo jumbo. Okay? So we're going to say, okay, we're good with that. And we give you one more time by saying, are you sure you want to do it? And then you click yes, and then now it's going to provision the service. So right now, what's happening is those commands are being issued at that box, and it's being told, take them off of the Ammon operator or management network and give them to Direct. So Direct pops up, and they have an authentication page. Now, this is because we have a test account, just so you're aware. You going to do a speed test or something? What do you want to do? Are we not connected to Direct? That is Direct's network. So what's that screen asking you for that they're pushing at you? Create one? Can't you just use our test account? Okay. So we kind of have to clarify that, because when we hit that, we're an existing user. If you were a new user, you would just need to create the account and then they would pass you through. But we don't want to do that because we have an account, a test account with them. Okay, so this is just a regular speed test. You can see the owner of the IP address is listed as Syringa Networks. They're associated with Direct. And then we've got Direct Communications for the testing server. And there you go, there's a speed test. So, to make a long story short, if we do that and we create a new user, they think they have a new customer to bill. We have to use our login, but what happens is when you hit that redirect, it's basically telling you create an account, you create it, you hit OK, they immediately hook you up, and it doesn't matter what time of the day or night or weekends. Direct's process is they call you next business day and they say, we see you signed up, we see you signed up for the speed, and of course they'll say, do you want a little more? If you say no, they say, okay, well, you have 30 days to try it, and we'll be sending you a paper bill. Is this address correct? Yes, yes, yes. And that's their process. So they automatically connect you, but they have a sales service person call you next business day to confirm everything, and they mail you a paper copy. Fibercom, one of the other providers, asks you to put in your credit card information. You do that, you hit yes, then they connect you. So they all have a little different billing process. We try and accommodate whatever process they want. No, it's simply because we're logging in from another device, another place, and we don't want to create another account, okay? So it's just saying, I haven't seen this device before and I haven't seen this. It thinks we're another address. So what do we get? 639, 693? Sumo's up. You want to unsubscribe? Do you guys want to see an unsubscribe, resubscribe to somebody else? Okay. We're going to go right back to the portal because we can access it from the internet. So even though we're on Direct's network, we can still get there. David, we're going to test your service. Uh-oh. So he's just clicking and navigating through the unsubscribe process, right? So we've dropped off a network. We're going to have to wait just a minute for it to realize it's on a new network. It takes a PC just a minute to do that. Now we're at the dashboard. You see we're not subscribed to anything now again. We just unsubscribed. So we'll go back down to internet and we'll subscribe to Sumo. We could have, yes, that's true. Yes, you could subscribe to Sumo on another port and keep Direct, and you would be told the same thing. You're making an arrangement with them, whatever price you've agreed to, and you would actually have Direct on one port giving you internet and Sumo on another port giving you internet. I think I'm making the guys nervous because, we had some glitches, and so, it's always a little nerve-wracking to have everybody here. Did we throw another error? Okay. So it's still building the circuit and putting the VMs in there, so let's give it a minute. So are we on Sumo? So what's it say there? X mission. Okay, so it looks like we're getting a little over 100 meg there. Any questions? Go ahead, ask away if you have any. That's the portal, that's how it works. We don't care. If they call us, we take ownership. If they call Sumo, Sumo takes ownership, right, Dave? So the key thing is you don't tell them, that's not me, call this person, because they have you on the phone, and what we found is you just say, let me look into that for you, and we do. And if we look into it and we feel like it falls outside of our realm to fix, we don't tell them to go call the provider. We say, give us 5 minutes, I will call you back, or somebody else will call you back on this. Then we contact it. Because what we have found is the end users get very frustrated if you say, this isn't us, I can't fix it for you. They don't understand that. And frankly, we're partnered. They don't see a difference between us and the provider. As far as they're concerned, we have an obligation to help them. And that's true. So we take ownership of it, or the provider. So we have very good providers, like I mentioned to you, Direct, Fibercom. Sumo is just coming on this week, so they are just provisioning this service. We're still doing some testing. They're brand new. So they have a brand new VM that we're testing. We're still seeing some differences in the speeds a little bit here, but we'll work through it, and they'll have a gig service here in the next few days. The important thing is that I would answer you, I don't know if I was clear enough, so let me be really clear. If they call my guys, whether it's me, Brian, or Steven, what do we tell them, guys? Let me look into that. We have tools that we can go look at. Are you interested in seeing the tools we have? No? Okay. So we can log in and we can see, is the device at the home up? We can talk to it. We can actually look at the flows and see how much is running across the flows live. So there's a tool that we have that tells us that. We also give the end user their own tool. Can you guys show them that? And if we can't figure it out, we don't tell them, sorry, I can't help you, call this number. We say, I will call you right back or somebody else will, and then we contact the provider. And if the provider says, let us deal with it, we'll call them, we do that. If the provider says, give me just a minute, they go do something, come back, say, okay, we fixed it, and they want us to call them, we'll call them back. But they need to be able to contact, they want to call one number, not 2 or 3. So this is a real-time measurement of the traffic that's happening on the device, and the end user has access to this. So this is what they can see. So if they're wondering, am I up? What am I flowing? They can actually go in here and see this graph. Yes. By port. So you can see the WAN or any of the LAN ports. They're separate. So you can see it by port. Other questions? We really are, I'll be honest with you and you can tell. We're new to this. Our community has a tolerance, so does my city council, but we believe this is the right way to do it. The technology is there. We are getting it out there, and the residents are very happy with it. So it is stable. I think that's a pretty good summary of it. Nobody else in the country is doing it this way. So. Thank you all. I think I exhausted my time.
I don't even want to tell you how long it took me to change service. And I was staying with the same provider. I will say one more thing about my provider, who I won't tell you who it is until later after maybe we have a glass of wine. It took me 37 customer service representatives to get my service signed up properly. I counted 37 people I spoke to. So when I listen to you talk about the simple, efficient, transparent service here, I would pay more money for that, and you're paying less, getting better service and higher speeds. So my job is to wrap up quickly because we're all going to go over to the reception. So some of the things I heard this afternoon, I heard the mayor talking about why was never the problem with regard to the public concern, it was when. And so when you're thinking about this for your own communities, understanding that that's important. That citizens want choice. And what's happening is so much more important than, the outcomes are so much more important than just the infrastructure. The importance of having fiber champions within your community, elected officials and city employees, but also citizens, how important that is. The value of homes will increase. The fact that the value of a home can increase by $4,500 more than makes up for whatever cost you put in to help invest in that fiber. The importance of this for public safety, you heard about that, and for education, and that people really want this service. And the other thing I heard folks here say over and over all day today is, we are on your team. We are on your team. We don't expect everybody to do it the way we are doing it, but we are on your team, and we want everybody to have fast, affordable, and reliable broadband. And that was a really powerful statement. So I'm just going to take one more moment and ask us all to give a round of applause to all these folks in Ammon that have taken so much time to help us learn about their model. And thank you to all of you who hung in for the whole day, and I hope we're going to see you all at the reception. Thank you.